Greetings and excuse me. Greetings and welcome to Growth Hacking Show. I'm your host Muhammad Siddique from Atlanta, Georgia. And on this episode, we have a special guest, Shaun St. He is the host of Cybersecurity from Atlanta. Please join me to give a warm welcome to our guest, Shaun St. Shaun, welcome.
Hi, good morning, Siddique. How are you, my friend?
Excellent. Shaun, let's get started with this. Where were you? What happened? Who you were surrounded with that inspired you to get involved in cybersecurity?
Oh, great question. Well, Siddique, again, thank you so much for having me as a guest. It's an honor to be talking to you and to your audience. And so, what got me started in cybersecurity? So, my cybersecurity story, my cybersecurity journey, actually started when I started my company. And so, the name of our company, as your audience has been told, is Tech and Main. And so we are a technology consulting firm here in Atlanta, Georgia, and we focus on cybersecurity. And so we have a number of clients across various industries, but what we saw was that the bulk of our clients are in real estate. So think property management companies, companies that own apartment complexes and other properties. And we noticed a couple of things. We noticed that they had needs for physical security, and then they also had needs for protecting their network. And so being a technology consultant and having 20 plus years of technology experience, it was easy to take a look and see that those customers having those needs, someone like myself, I can pull together the resources that are necessary to help them fix their physical and network security needs. So great example, we work with a lot of our clients for their security cameras, and we will work with their advisors and their consultants to help bring together a solution for the physical security of the property, and then also network security. And so we can work with their computer consultant, their network consultant, and make sure that we bring together the solutions that are necessary. Because at the end of the day, cybersecurity really is about protecting two things: your physical assets or people, and your digital assets or your intellectual property.
Yeah, no, wonderful. That is amazing. So, Shaun, in your experience of working so many years in cybersecurity, what are the top three mistakes people do when they're protecting their physical and their data network?
Absolutely. So the first mistake that people make, Sadiq, is what I call the mistake of hubris. And so people think, oh, my company's too small or my company's too large. It will never happen to me. And that couldn't be further from the truth. I think we've seen over time that organizations of all sizes have suffered data breaches. They've suffered security incidents. And so that should let you know that if you don't have a security plan in place, that's the first step. And so actually that hubris leads into the second mistake, which is not having a robust security plan. And most people, they either don't have a security plan, or if they do have a cybersecurity plan, they're not checking the health of it on a regular basis. And so that would be the second mistake. The third thing that we're seeing is people are under the assumption that their internet service provider or their cloud service provider will handle any security incidents. And so, especially in the cloud space, there is a shared responsibility between you and your cloud service provider, whether that's Amazon, Google, or Microsoft. You have a dual responsibility along with that provider to make sure that you are securing your assets.
No, this is great learning. So you have helped so many clients so many years. So if you look at a common across, what are the top three like success strategies they apply to keep themselves secure? Of course,
Yeah.
under your leadership, So
Yeah, great question. So the things that people can do to achieve success in cybersecurity, and before I get into that, I want to let people know there is no such thing as a foolproof cybersecurity plan. right? If people are interested in trying to get at your assets, especially as we've seen, in the last couple of weeks, there are parties, there are threat actors, there are bad actors that if they have the desire, they are going to do any and everything to try and get at your network and try and get at your digital assets. So what we're talking about is what we call defense in depth. So you're looking at putting barriers and impediments in front of these folks so that you can keep them at bay, so to speak. And so the things that we've seen that are most helpful are train your employees, right? And so cybersecurity training, it's pennies on the dollar, but it yields, such great results and such great benefits. So when you have a staff and, they're receiving emails and they're receiving documents, sometimes there's that tendency just to, click on a link, or if an email comes from someone high up in the company, say the president or a senior level executive, you immediately want to respond. But if you have cybersecurity training in place, it'll help your people know, okay, verify. For instance, if you get an email from a senior official in the company and they're asking you to do a large transaction, a large financial transaction, simply pick up the phone, call and say, hey, Siddique, I noticed that you sent me an email requesting that we transfer $10,000 to this client account. Is that something that you actually initiated? Or, if they see an email that says, hey, pay this invoice, and it's got an attachment, making people aware that you don't always click on attachments. Make sure that you know who is sending you the email. That's one of the things. So training your people. 2, get advice. People perish for a lack of knowledge. And I think when it comes to cybersecurity, there are so many resources, so many folks like myself that you can reach out to get advice. And, I know sometimes people think, oh, well, I don't want to have to pay a lot of money, but the money you pay now is far better than the money you would have to pay later if you had a security incident or a data breach. The third thing that we see is really helpful is cyber insurance, right? And so you have business insurance, you have it through Travelers, you have it through State Farm or whoever. Ask your provider about adding cybersecurity insurance to your business insurance policy. There are wonderful features and benefits of cyber insurance, such as if you do have a data breach and you're a large enough company, you can have a PR person help you deal with that incident. There's also forensics that are typically a part of that cyber insurance coverage, so that you can find out exactly how the hacker got in and how long they've been in, and just useful things like that to help you as a business get over that cybersecurity incident.
Oh, that's great. Especially the first one you mentioned that, you make a phone call to verify, just, hey, Shaun, did you send this email? Just want to make sure. I recall that reminds me, whenever I send an email to my bank, they always call me back. I say, I just sent you the email. You're checking the same thing. Now I know why they call me. Okay.
Exactly. It is a security step.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. They never say that. They say, I just want to make sure, just to say, hear your voice, so.
Right. That's just your bank showing you that they have a good cybersecurity posture.
Oh, okay. Wonderful. See, now I know I'm with the good bank, so.
Exactly.
Anything as an extra bonus you want to share? One more success tip? Anything that comes?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that we're seeing in security, especially with the SolarWinds hack that happened, within the last few weeks, is the need to share information, right? And so what we're finding is that the community is best served by everyone sharing what they know, right? I think when we were younger, our parents taught us, when we were out, and if we saw something, say something.
Yeah.
Right? And so that same bit of advice, that same bit of wisdom applies to the security community and really to the business community at large. Don't fail alone is some advice that I can give. And so if you think you might have a corrupt file, if you think that there's something going on, your computers are glitchy and you don't know why, raise your hand, bubble that up to someone, get some insight, get some help. And, like I said, folks like myself, we're happy to help and happy to point you in the right direction.
I like it. Do not fail alone. Don't fail alone.
Yeah, there's absolutely no need to fail alone, Siddique. I think your listeners, and I'm looking at your background, new success secrets, right? That's one of the secrets to success. No man is an island.
Wonderful, wonderful. And cybersecurity, you are the host of the cybersecurity podcast. So, who is your ideal guest for the cybersecurity podcast?
Yeah, thank you for asking that question, Siddique. So yeah, our cybersecurity podcast, it's called Tech and Main Presents, and we interview technology leaders and experts, and we have them come on to share their wisdom. So anyone that touches security, and that could be a practitioner, it could be a cybersecurity vendor. We love getting people's stories, and we love people having a platform to share their story and what they're doing in the ecosystem.
Understood. So, on our show, there are so many thought leaders and technology experts. They watch it, so I'm sure I want them to check it out with the techandmain.com and speak to Shaun. It looks like he seems a good guy so far.
Thanks, Siddique. You're a good guy too.
Thank you so much. So, as we are about to wrap up, Shaun, I'm going to ask if this question here's on your screen. What would
Okay.
you say to your best friend about a growth hacking show when I'm not there?
What would I say to my best friend about the growth hacking show
Yeah.
when you're not there?
Yeah.
The thing that I would say, Siddique, is, take the opportunity to surround yourself with like-minded people. And just in, the time that we've had together, Siddique, I can tell that you are two things. One is you're a leader, right? Because leaders put themselves out in front and they create opportunities like this for, other people to come on and share their story. And two, you are a giver, right? And givers put themselves in a position to reap a harvest for the seed that they've sown. And so that is what I would tell my best friend about the growth hacking show. Get yourself with someone like Siddique, who is a leader and a giver, and be a part of the wonderful things that happen when you don't try to go it alone, but when you pull together with folks like Siddique and bring yourself into that type of community, great things can happen.
Thank you so much for your kind words. Friends, you're watching this, check this techandmain.com. Get yourself secure with the Shaun St. Hill team. And cybersecurity is the key, even yesterday, even today, and also tomorrow is even more important. I know for sure. So as we are about to wrap up, Shaun, what would you say as a final word?
Siddique, the thing that I would let your audience know is you have greatness on the inside of you. Each and every one of you, you have something to contribute to society, to humanity. Please do not let others tell you that you are insignificant or that you don't matter. You do matter. You matter to me. You matter to Siddique. And so, again, the greatness that's on the inside of you, let it out. The world needs it. And so that would be my parting bit of advice.
Yeah, thank you so much, Shaun, for sharing your wisdom with us today on the behalf of Growth Hacking Show community and our entire team. We really appreciate you. This is Muhammad Siddique signing off from Atlanta, Georgia, and all good wishes.
Thanks, Siddique.